Hello everyone, welcome to this video. This video is about the syntax and indentation rules. How syntax and indentation plays a major role while we are writing a program in Python. So in this video we'll discuss about white space, colons, and how we define blocks in Python, and are there any indentation errors if we have done any not used indentation in syntax, proper syntax, and what kind of errors it will be throwing. For examples, we'll discuss some few examples on that. So how white space in most programming languages spaces does not matter, but in Python indentation, it defines the structure. White space and all these should be used as the white spaces will be used as indentation. For example, let's take one example. Age is equal to 18. If age greater than or is equal to 18, I am using if function. If conditional statement, print you are eligible to write, eligible to vote. This is already displaying the data. And print welcome. We will go with the simple code, not complicatedly. And see here if statement, if is a statement, and a conditional statement. The block we need to write inside the if should be given some indentation indicating that this block belongs to if statement. And this is one example. And how, let's see how wrong indentation will be. Age is equal to 18 if age greater than or is equal to 18. If you are not given any indentation here, it will throw some error. Let us check take this data only, and print you are eligible to vote, and print will the I am not giving any indentation inside the if conditional statement, if block. And let's see, it will be throwing some error. Indented block after if statement is not provided with the proper indentation, it will throw some error. Okay, and one more example how white spaces are used. And if true, the statement, if until it is true, we will be executing hello and print world. This is mixed indentation. See, I have inside the if block I have used two. This is a block we have written inside the if block. For suppose I am taking this in this way. For suppose in this way, taking this way. Let us check whether. See here unexpected indent. So we are giving some extra indentation, so it is throwing a unexpected indentation. In this way we should not use indentation. Indentation matters quite so important, because whatever the block or code we have given will be executed in a proper way, otherwise it will be throwing the indentation error. And colon is another thing that we need to remember. Colon will be utilized after if statements, loops, or functions or classes. Whenever we define these, we have to end that one with colon. See examples. Let us see some examples where colon is utilized. If not utilized, how error will be thrown. Number 10, if number greater than 5, closed with colon, print number is greater than 5. Let us check this. So if statement is given number greater than 5, so here we are using colon. If not colon is used, it will throw some error. So this is properly executed. We have given the correct code here. This is if statement. If statement should be compulsorily followed by colon. And for loop, let us define for loop here. even for loop also we should give colon. For I in range 5, creating a set of elements here 5 using range function, range 5, we should end that with colon and print I. Let us check. See, I for loop is used here, and we should end it with colon, and what we are doing is printing the elements. Here range has created, so 1 2 3 4. If not colon is used, it will throw some error here. And we also use colon for defining the function also, and or class also. For suppose let us define some function here, greet defining function greet here. What we want to do is this function is print hello, and let's call this. If we call the function, then only we will get some display. Okay, hello is displayed here. See here we have defined some function, and the function definitely should end with colon, otherwise we will be expecting some errors, indentation errors. And here for defining blocks in Python, we should use indentation is compulsory for defining blocks in Python. A block is nothing but a group of statements that belong to a particular function or method or any class in such way. So in here we'll be creating the blocks using indentation. It's not using curly braces like in other languages. So for example, we can create if block as we have defined earlier. X is equal to 5. If x greater than 0, print positive number. That is print inside a block. Okay, let us check this. So here we have what we have done is we are defining using indentation, we are defining some blocks. If these are not used, it will not be properly executed. See, this is one, and another example for this is, and we also can we can also use we have to use indentation in a for loop also, as we have used earlier in earlier example. Range 2, for suppose making it simple, for I in range 2, print loop running and print I. See here. So what we have done is for I in range 2, we are creating the for loop here using colon, and indentation is a must here, otherwise this block will not be considered as it belongs to for loop. If we have not taken indentation, it will throw some error. And using function for also we have to define the block of the function using indentation. Now for suppose we are taking two variables a comma b, and we want to do addition operation on that. So inside the function we need to take indentation. I want to take result is equal to a plus b and print result is a plus b, print sum a plus result. As we have given a plus b to result, we can print a result. That is enough. And let us call this function using some passing some parameters inside it. So 3 comma 4 is 3 is a is 3 here and b is 4, and we should see, that is what I am saying. We should use proper syntax and colon or whatever the proper way of defining these terms. So here in definition, while we are doing some function here, it should definitely end with colon, otherwise we are this is throwing an error expecting colon here. So run this. So in the function we have use created the block result is equal to what this function do, what are the lines we need to, what are the statements we need to execute inside the function is these. So we should definitely give this using a indentation. So these are the methods like a colon, white spaces, and blocks, how we use them in the Python. So there are, so let us see some errors, how, what kind of errors we'll be regularly using. If true, print hello. Will it give the correct output? Definitely not, because we are not giving indentation here. If statement should always follow some indentation, so here it is expecting, it is giving a indentation error, expected an indented block inside the if function, if statement. And one more example, print start. Print is just a statement, so after writing print we should not give indentation, so this will give some error, unexpected indent. Here just it is a statement, and this is a statement, this is not a function or class or any other conditional statement or loop, anything. So indentation should not be made here, it should be immediately followed as how earlier we have how earlier statement, how earlier line is. So it is throwing an unexpected indent. And one other way, one more example for wrong indentations is, if true, print line 1. I will give some more indentation here, and I also will print line 2. Let us check whether this will be run correct or not. See here, unindent does not match any outer indentation level. So here after the if statement we are giving block with wrong indentation, so it is throwing an error. So this is about white spaces, colons, and blocks, and how some errors on these, how we will be expecting some errors. So what we need to understand is there are 3 golden rules in Python. It is indentation is mandatory. So whenever we define a block, we want to define a set of block inside a function or any other function or loop or any if statement, it's compulsory to use indentation. Indentation is mandatory, and colons should always be used after defining if for any function or class. So this is about white spaces, colons, and this is the topic. These are the rules that we need to follow compulsorily while while writing the program. So these are the basics, and we should be prompt in this so that we can avoid many errors. So thank you for watching this video. This is all about this video. Thank you.